Oh, yeah, here we go, everyone. Welcome into the final edition Top 25 that actually makes sense. Please like and subscribe right here at the Voice of College Football. For those of you who are in the know, you know the deal right now. It's about the resume, the complete resume for the 2024 college football season. We are going to send you some screenshots that you will see appearing very soon that show you behind the curtain a bit. Now, don't nitpick and leave me comments because some of these screenshots are old, so the information is not complete. And don't say, Mark, you missed that game or missed that game. Yes, old screenshots, just to give you a behind the curtain look at what we do here at Voice of College Football in regards to formulating this top 25 that actually makes sense. Secondly, this is not a poll. People refer to it as a poll. A poll is a number of people involved and then the compilation of those results. No, this is a dictatorship. This is the top 25 that actually makes sense coming from yours truly. All right, it's based on resume. Many times I rank teams ahead of other teams that I believe the lower ranked team in my top 25 is a better team. But the results did not show that at that point, and maybe didn't even show it during the entire 2024 season. I could have certain teams ranked above other teams, and you could call me and say, Mark, do you really believe that that team would beat that team? No, I don't. I don't think they're a better team. It's based on the resume, and I approach this as objectively as possible. It's been proven year after year after year after year. Every criticism I have received, which I receive many about the concept. Now, if you have particular claims, those are valid. Those are mostly valid from you. I'm not saying it's a perfect ranking. It's not a perfect ranking. And to tell you the truth, I do not perfect it each and every week. That would take hours and hours and hours and hours. I do work a few hours on this to get it just about right. But eventually, I would love to provide some type of automated system where I would rank the wins and rank the teams, and then it would be able to constantly keep up with the backlog of the resume, meaning the resume changes, not just based on the result of that past weekend, but each team's resume changes because the teams that they've played the entire season are getting better and worse, and their results are changing. So I like to keep up with all of that, and I comb through it. I make sure, should this team be ranked ahead of that team? I am meticulous, but I am not perfect in my objective analysis, number one. I'm also not perfect because it's not a perfect system in regards to it's not automated. I would love to give way to it, automate it, go through that entire process. I could make it perfect and it would probably change like 2 rankings. 16 would become 14 and 17 would become 16 or something like that. But if it got 1 million views and I made thousands of dollars on the video, then I would take hours and hours and hours and hours. But I still probably pour 3 to 4, 5 hours into this as it stands. It's a top 25 that actually makes sense. If you're not familiar, number 1, wins and losses. Number 2, performance, meaning a team beats another team 50-0. That is weighted differently than had that same team defeated that same team 28-27. And then number 3, who did you play? Not just about the record and the scores of the games, but who did you play? How difficult was the schedule? Sure, a particular team could lose a game in a particular Saturday and actually rise in the rankings based on what happened around them. And if their performance, let's say they were the number 20 team in the country, and they played a down-to-the-wire last-second field goal game against the number 3 team in the country, that's actually better than most of the wins, almost all the wins in college football for that particular weekend. It's the top 25 that actually makes sense. It is the best top 25 on the market, bar none. Bring any top 25 here. And it started, the origin was from me picking apart the AP top 25 and the coaches poll top 25 that don't make sense. All right, let's get to the current top 25 that actually makes sense. Here we go. At number 25, Michigan. Florida's 24, Louisville 23. Number 22 is Syracuse. At number 21, we've got LSU. Mizzou at 20. Clemson at 19. Number 18 is Miami. Number 17, Iowa State. At number 16, SMU. In the top 15, we got South Carolina. We got Bama. BYU at 13. Boise State at 12. Illinois at 11. In the top 10, that actually makes sense. Ole Miss, Indiana, Tennessee at 8. Arizona State at 7. Georgia 6. Penn State at 5. Texas 4. Notre Dame 3. Oregon at 2. And the Ohio State Buckeyes as national champions are number 1. That is the top 25 that actually makes sense right here, the Voice of College Football. Please like and subscribe. We got all sorts of ratings, rankings, and other off-season goodies for you. Way too early top 25 that actually makes sense. We'll look at the portal, who won, who lost in acquisitions in college football. Of course, we've got our conference rankings coming out. Big Ten, number 1, or is the SEC still king? And so much more right here at the Voice of College Football.